If you've ever lost money in bad investments, just like I did, or you somehow find yourself hustling from paycheck to paycheck, from salary to salary, just like I did, then this video is for you. I'm Dr. Ish. I'm an ex-banker, investment strategist, asset manager with over 20 years experience helping Nigerians to build their wealth, grow their wealth, optimize their wealth, and of course make sound investment decisions. Part of these things that I'll be sharing with you today, apart from the facts and figures, are also based on my own personal experience from my failed businesses and the businesses I actually succeeded in. So today I will be sharing with you 17 investments that you can actually do in Nigeria in this year 2025. Not scams, not hype. We'll start with 5,000 naira, 50 million naira, 5 million naira, whatever it is you can afford. But the idea of this whole thing is that at the end of the day, you should be able to pick one or two of these investments that you can implement or take action on.
You are welcome once again to another exciting episode, exciting class, and I'm so honored to have you here on Finance with Dr. Ish. I am excited because there's so much I have to share with you. This is a very wonderful topic that so many of my students, clients, and friends have asked me to speak about. My name is Dr. Ishoma Elora Ona, former banker of over 20 years, asset management, investment strategist. I've been in this business for so long, advising my clients on how to build their wealth and optimize what they have. So, going on to today's topic, which is 17 investments that actually work in Nigeria, even in 2025. Smart money moves, no hype, no scams. Trust me, these are very good businesses that you need to know about and to take action. And as usual, I'm always available to give you deeper insights on any of them. This is just to whet your appetite, to let you know that these things actually exist and can work in Nigeria. All right, so feel free to ask me questions in the DM or in the comment section after the class. And don't go anywhere. You need to hear these 17 investments. There is so much, at least one of them would be best suited for you. Now, why can you trust this list? Because I have experienced 20 years in banking and asset management. I have worked with HNIs, retirees, and everyday professionals in Nigeria. I've worked with lawyers, fellow bankers, asset managers, business people. I'm talking about in different industries, manufacturing, fast moving consumer, all sorts in the electrical businesses, all manner of businesses I have worked with and consulted for over the years. And not just HNIs, everyday professionals as well. I also have a track record on helping Nigerians grow real ethical wealth. I'm talking about legal wealth, not scam kind of wealth, because these are things that I have also practiced myself over time and have grown also in my area of expertise. Now, moving on quickly, I know some of you will be so excited because you want to learn something here, and probably if you have been thinking in your mind, thinking to yourself, what can I invest in? You are definitely going to get one or two ideas here. So, short-let real estate, I'm sure some of you would have heard of this before, but nevertheless, I'm going to bring it out in the open just in case you're not aware. Let's say high demand zones. You do this, location is very important for this. You just don't put up your short-let anywhere. So high demand zones like Lekki in Lagos or Abuja generate cash flow from Airbnb style rentals. These days people are not usually doing hotel style of things. Most people prefer Airbnb because of the comfort it gives. It has more of a home style kind of ambience. So, the kitchen and every other thing, more personal to the touch and gives them the liberty to do not anything they want, but make them more comfortable as against staying in a regular or traditional hotel. We have the land banking. This is also something that I've been into for the past 5 to 10 years. We all know that real estate is a thriving kind of business in Nigeria, and all over the world. You can't go wrong with it unless you get caught in improper documentation or you buy from scam agents. So you need to do your paperwork here before you start investing. I will not recommend organizations that do land banking, but I will tell you that this is a very profitable kind of investment. I have several that I've done. There was one of them that I did for about 1 million naira, and every year I make about 1,500,000. I make a minimum of 400,000 to 600,000 once every year from it. So I mean, that's to tell you how high the ROI here is, but they are trusted. So if you need recommendations, you can always hit me in the DM and we can have a discussion. So buy affordable land in growth corridors and flip within 2 to 5 years. I use mine to get interest once every year, and I have the ones that if I'm in dire need of cash, I sell off and I use the cash, and then later when I have some good money, I rebuy not that particular land but some other uh landed property. So that's why it's called land banking. It's like operates like a fixed deposit in the regular banking style. Then we have the contract farming, where you partner with verified farms to earn seasonal returns on poultry, cassava, and more. So what happens is that you invest with the farmers, maybe they are in need of equipment, or they always have one need or the other. They need maybe they are lacking some sort of resources. You invest, go into a contract. Please remember to always legalize every investment you do. Ensure that there are contracts signed for both parties so that if you need to sue, you have some certain document showing where your money has gone to and what it was used for. So partner with verified farms to earn seasonal returns on poultry, cassava, and more. And then my favorite, palm oil storage. I don't get tired talking about it. I've done a full video about that. Please take a look at it on YouTube and hit me a reply. Tell me what you think. And if you have any questions, as usual, I am available to respond. Buy during surplus season and sell in scarcity. That's just how this works. It's a proven strategy time and time again, and so many Nigerians are silently cashing out in millions and hundreds of thousands using palm oil storage. The only thing is just make sure that your research is well done, you buy from the right aggregators, and that it is warehoused properly, because those are the areas where it can go wrong. And like I always say, make sure that your paperwork is airtight. Then we have the poultry or fish farming. There's a fast turnover here, especially when scaled with local market access. You can't go wrong with this. Of course, as usual, fish and poultry are prone to having their own diseases. So like I always advise, do your research, partner with people till you are strong enough to do it on your own, and start small so that your risk or loss will also be little. Then we have the dollar-based fixed income, earn in dollars through diaspora bonds or regulated platforms. You can get this from banks and some other apps. But if you are scared of the apps, you can go to a regular bank, do your inquiry through your account officer or the branch manager. They'll give you the necessary information and tell you the littlest amount you can start investing with. Then we have the treasury bills. Lovely, lovely, lovely. This was the rave of the moment about 5-10 years back. Though the rates keep dropping and coming up, and the rate is not as interesting as it used to be in those days, but it's still something that you are sure always comes back to you. The issue of loss is as good as zero. Low risk, government backed, short-term interest income. We have the fintech investment apps where you save, invest, or lock your funds in regulated, accessible platforms. I have other classes that I've spoken about on YouTube. Please watch the videos there for a full explanation. We have the stock market and ETFs. This is another very wonderful one. This has been in existence for God knows how many years. But then again, like I say, it depends on your risk appetite. We have Nigerian blue chip stocks or global ETFs for long-term gains. So all you need to do is to take a look. I am favorable to banks and fast-moving consumer goods because they always give me very good returns in my stock. That is my own personal stock investments. Then we have peer-to-peer lending. Well, you have to lend to vetted borrowers via fintech platforms. Watch your returns. This could go good, it could go bad, but it's also another way to invest your monies if you're not sure what to do. I always say get the proper paperwork done and do your research. We have the diaspora bonds, treasury bonds, but they're issued by federal governments and they pay interest in FX. So it's great for the medium term, and zero, as good as no loss, so to speak. It's just that you have to keep them Bonds, naturally, you have to invest in them for a longer period of time. And of course, knowing very well that if you're going to have to break the agreement before the maturity date, then you will lose a certain percentage of money. So you need to be very sure before you go into this. We have the franchise partnerships, partner with mini franchises, POS, recharge card, agency banking. We have that all over the place. This is something you can also easily set up with very little cash. Then export-based micro business, small scale export of shea butter, ginger, hibiscus can also scale fast. These things are in high demand outside the country. But do your research. You don't need to do all these businesses, please. You can just pick one or two and master it very well, because each of them has their own rules and regulations. For export-based, and you have people asking for things, you need to be able to ensure that you deliver exactly to their specification, or else you don't get paid. So if you need consultation on that, you can also reach out to me. We have the power kernel processing, low cost entry, steady industrial demand, scalable operations, right? These businesses are not for everyone. Some people would say, oh, I can do this. Some would say, oh, this is beneath me. Whichever way, your class of investment that is best suited to you, your temperament and risk level is here. We have the bulk water distribution, selling on underserved areas, often overlooked but profitable. This is also a very good business you can't go wrong with. POS and digital services, combine POS with recharge card and mini bill payments. Little monies, and with time you grow. I know so many people that started these businesses with as little as 5,000, 10,000, 20,000, and now their business have scaled into hundreds of thousands. Then we have the niche mini importation, small batches of hot demand products, electronical gadgets, hair and wellness. This particular niche is selling like wildfire. So find that is best which suited to you and sell. So your 17 investment options, you have to start with the ones that match your capital, your time, and your knowledge. Don't say because my friend is investing in palm oil, me too, I want to run and do palm oil. It may not be best suited for you. And don't say because somebody you know has run into the dollar market, FX market to go and invest in FX, you too, you want to do it. Know your level of risk, know your level of capital, and know the time, because you also need to also keep tabs on this investment. You just don't invest and go to sleep. They all have a considerable amount of work and monitoring, research, and paperwork needed. So once you do your research on all it entails, you ask yourself if you have the level of energy for this kind of stress, whichever way you need to work for it. So before you invest, you have to know your capital, know your risk tolerance, and know what you understand. So to get my free investment planner is so you to map your wealth path and clarity. I'm so passionate about growing people's wealth, especially Nigerians, because there's so much happening in the country and so many people not sure exactly of where to invest because they don't want to be scammed or lose their hard-earned money. But trust me, little drops make a mighty ocean, and you cannot go wrong if you think long term. So choose your investments by capital and risk. Download the document, and if you can't download, please send me a message. And you can also join my Money Wise tribe on Telegram. Send me a DM. I'm active on Instagram, I'm active on YouTube, I'm also active on LinkedIn, and I will definitely respond to you maximum 48 hours. Most times I like to keep my responses very, very fast. Thank you so much for staying to the end, and I would love to hear your comments in the comment section, and I'll see you in the next one.
Think the options. But this is the truth. At the end of the day, the investment you pick, maybe what you like or what you don't like, at the end of the day, the decision solely lies on your risk appetite. Some people like to take big risks, some people like to take small risk. Your capital, how much it is you can afford, because you could see a business you like but you can't afford to start it because you don't have enough capital. And of course, it also depends on the amount of knowledge you currently have, or the extent you're willing to go to gain the kind of knowledge you need to actually start the business or scale the business. Created a free tool to help you make it easier to simplify the process for you. It's called the Peace and Purpose Investment Planner. If you're interested, you can just send me a DM and I'll send it to your email, or I could update it on the link somewhere, but if not, just send me a DM and I'll send it to your email. If you also want to get to hear more strategies, smart money moves, best ways to invest your monies, build your wealth, protect your wealth, then please hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next one.